No time to plot for standard lore. Welcome to the Worldbuilding, the Virtual House podcast. So, I actually wanted to talk about how I make my worlds usually a little bit more modern. So, some things to consider are for like ranged weapons if you want to go and use them for like a more modern world. There are automatic weapons, basically. So, guns actually exist in the Dungeon Master's Guide. I will show them here. In fact, I'll actually just like do it. Apparently, in the 2024 one, there's a semi-automatic one rather than like the just fully automatic one, which apparently is like the semi-automatic is the pistol that we go and have, I guess. And then just like there's the automatic rifle, I guess. So I don't know why they changed it from semi-automatic, from automatic to semi-automatic, really. But like, there's a pistol and there's a rifle. Also, there's a laser pistol. Apparently in the oh, yeah. Apparently there's a laser pistol in the like 2024 one, but yeah, like this one, it will reload after each shot. And it's a D10 basically. So, in all honesty, this would cover what you would want if you're actually good with firearms. So yeah, it is what it is. I would say this is probably like a simple firearm, and this is definitely a martial firearm. But like, I definitely understand about leaving the pistol as just flat out a firearm. So a couple things to note with this is, well, a regular pistol, the reload has to be a uh uh oh, actually, yeah. Wait, when you use an action bonus action. Yeah, like I'm gonna say that like for the most part to consider, like well, one, like each time you use it, like that is one thing that can't be reloaded. So unlike most other ranged weapons, and with pistols, you cannot actually like really use them. I would assume that like for a modern setting, you would probably at least have like this other pistol, like the non-automatic pistol, which is the D10, and basically, uh, so yeah. Now, I actually do say that like the automatic ones might exist, basically. Now, in my world, the reason why they exist is because of Madman. So, I will usually say that you would want to attribute them to somebody. Now, just simply because they exist doesn't mean that everybody would have one. Uh, like, yes, you might have a gun store, or in particular, but like that doesn't mean that like they're going to have the automatic ones, right? Because like as I talked about previously, like there's a yeah, there's laws of the world, right? So when you go to a yeah, like when you go and do a modern setting, uh, everything can be on the table, but also like there's a lot more restrictions to like what you've allowed them to do. So like I a gun store, well, a gun shop is definitely a question mark. I actually, funny enough, don't have a gun shop normally. Now, this one, I do say is very much more fitting in a actual modern setting, but also at the same time, I do say that's a little bit more like you kind of want to be a little bit more experienced before you do it. Being a magic shop, so part of why it works for me is the fact that like I they can go they can go over to a store, right? And if I have a particular quest, basically, or I can think of something that the shopkeeper would want. In theory, they can get their magic items that way, for reference. And so, like, I I usually will go, like, if I don't want them to have certain items, right? Uh, then I will go and say that those are not on the table for a deal. Oh, basically. Um, but like I'm a little bit more experienced, so something I would say that you would want to go and keep in mind is the tiers of play. Let me go and get that up right now. Okay, so yeah, fair enough. I'm not seeing the actual thing to do it, but like from what I remember and from what I can look over here on my second monitor at, it's like uh I disagree with giving common items, well, starting to give common items out at level 2. Like really that one's like fair enough to like give them at level 1. Like in all honesty. Like uncommon as well, like that one it depends on what it is. It's like Dogs of Night, for example. Like, yeah, definitely feel free to give that out around like level 2, 3, like whatever. Like, I that for reference on those Dogs of Night, I literally just give you dark vision. Like that's it. Like it just makes it to where like, oh hey, like people don't need in particular a spell to go and like let other people see, basically. Uh, so yeah, like I one of my players, or yeah, like with my recent TPK, one of my players decided, you know what? Let's go and get a uncommon magic item because yeah, it would be kind of good to be able to see in the dark, especially when like one of the major things that we're going to be using these characters for is to go back into the dungeon where there was a dark place. So, hi. Uh, but, yeah, like, rare around level 7, like, yeah. I remembered it more as level 5, like, just uncommon and common was, like, level 1. Very rare I did remember as level 11, like, that one I do agree with. Legendary at level 17, fair enough. Yeah, that I agree with. Like those are things to mainly consider with the magic shop. Uh, but like I as well. Oh, part of why I do like having a magic shop in my worlds is the fact that like then there's something like directly tangible that is going to be always useful that they can do with their money, right? Because like, yeah, sure, they can set up in a town and like do whatever in said town. Like, it's not really that much of a big deal. But like, what are they gonna do? Just be like, I buy this whole entire town, basically? Like, uh, I just prefer a magic shop, basically, because like I no offense to like the automatic rifles, but like yeah, I don't really like to me it's fair effectively, but also like at the same time, if I wanted to go and have the automatic rifles and stuff, like I don't want to consider about like how are they in like a more medieval style thing to where it's more I guess accepted about slavery and stuff like that, or at least it would be more acceptable. Because uh, 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 yeah, like one of the things is uh, how acceptable is slavery to this world? Because like mine it doesn't look down upon it, but it also doesn't fully approve of it. Like, there's technically several different types of slavery in my world. So like, there's like the one that they always will look down upon is the forced one, right? Like that one is actually a just like yeah, the first one where like you buy the person the property. It's like uh they everybody just looks down upon that. It's like uh you're one of those people. Uh like that's literally how they look. Like they look down upon the master or for reference as well. Because like they just literally view it as like a more of a human rights violation. Because to be fair, that's what it is. It is a human rights violation. Now, the one that they accept is the one that's more contractual, I guess. So basically, like it's one of those ones where it's like you are required to do basically whatever I say because I've paid you. Basically, like, like for reference on it, it's like one of the things that it would do, or one of the things that it's like, yeah, like one of the player characters, right? Technically, their character has done this as well. Like they are effectively now a hired bodyguard, among other things, for a lawyer, basically. Because if they have police business to go on to, then it's like, okay, yeah, sure, you can do it. Try to get money from it though. Because the person, well, the person that played the character decided, yeah, sure, I'll go and sign and take on like a 2,100 gold debt. No, I think it was 2,500 because yeah, uh, like I want to say that was gold, not like plat. And for reference about how expensive that is normally. Could you imagine being in debt for $2 million? I think the exact amount was $2,080,000. Because like it's a lot. Like it makes total sense. And cars as well. Like that's something else to like usually consider. So for I'll bring up the Uma Musume one, and if I remember where that one is. Did I place it in there? No. Did I place it in there? No, not yet. Ah, there it is. So yeah, basically for this, uh, it goes. How much did I say it goes? I think said it went to like 125. No, no, not 125. It went to like 100. It went to 165. Because 165 is about like 40 or so. Uh, like I speed well can only use action to move. Uh, actually, yeah, can only move during its turn. So, for reference, like if I go and say a speed on a car, like that would be effectively like how much how much the speed is. Like I don't like this one would definitely be like a more of a question mark, but I can go and show you some that would be used. Okay, so for reference with this is like I would definitely assume that 85 is something that most modern cars, at the very least, can go and get up to. So in general, what you'd want for a speed on a car is about 375, like as you see here. The reason why I would say that it would be 375 that you'd want is because like this is per second, right? Uh, so like the 300 like the yeah, multiplied that exact amount actually, funny enough, by like however much. You always want to round it to 5 or whatever things you're doing to the nearest 5. Because it's okay to be like a little bit off, but like if we're being real, like you don't want this to be like, oh well, now it's like just simply to be exact, like it's most of this square, but it's like a 4.001, which would be like probably like about there or so. So it's not fully on this tile, but yeah, it's easier to just say like, oh yeah, no, it's like fully on this tile and stuff like that, right? Uh, so yeah, like, uh, I'm gonna just place that down. Um, so yeah, basically like, if you wanted to go and have your car just do the average like limit of 85, it would be like 375. Uh, assuming that it's like 40 40 kph, it would be like 165 or so. I more just didn't do I more didn't do that with the Umas, basically because like one, they can go to like human speed and keep up with them without like outrunning them, basically. But also they can go like super fast and outrun a car. Like it's fine. It's whatever. The only reason I gonna do like KPH, like uh uh yeah, typical, yeah, I'm gonna say typical Japanese city limit of is 140 speed. So one thing that does make it cars kind of more problematic, basically, is the fact that like there's the 0 to 60 thing, effectively. So like a 0 to 60 car are in about like say a 3 seconds. It's effectively like that's gonna reduce its speed. So I'm not sure about whether like I definitely do say that I've never really fully considered it, because like I would say that's like it'd be really bad to just be like, okay, we're suddenly now going 85 miles per hour, and when you're needing to like brake to just like stop the car, it's like boom, okay, we've stopped at we went from 85 to 0 in an instant. Like that's not really fast. That's not really good. Now, something that I will go and say that I typically do have is like oh whoops, I meant to do the next bar. So cars in my world at least are equipped with a magic engine, and the key turns off the anti-magic field. So basically, like, part of why cars are like really expensive in my world, to where like a car that actually would probably not even get to 375 speed. Like even that might actually be worth like, yeah, even that one might be worth like 50 plat. So like 5,000 gold. Like it's insane. Because like part of why they are so expensive is the fact that like oh, by the way, for reference with the 2 million thing, that was for 2,000 gold. So yeah, about $5 million for a car. But to be fair, yeah, that car, well, maybe 5 million and only goes like 70 miles per hour. The thing to consider, the thing to actually consider about it, the fact that it does have like anti-theft, like it's completely anti-theft, where it's like okay, try to steal my vehicle, insert people trying to steal the vehicle. It's like, why can we not hijack this car? It's like, well, yeah, of course you can't, because you need the key. Like, you all are failing because the car won't start unless you have the key. Because like, one thing to go and note as well, right? The anti-magic field is coming from the ignition. So like, if you cast anti-magic, well, if you go and like use an anti-magic field, one, you're just stopping it anyway. And like a person casting anti-magic field on themselves, like if they're driving that car, they're going to hit the engine and stop the engine anyway. So like, you have to like, the whole reason why the key like works is the fact that like it just goes in and turns off the anti-magic field mechanism. Because like, if it's not if the anti-magic is not turned off, like there's no way for that car to run. And so that's kind of like interesting note that I usually will say about with like my about the cars stuff. Uh, uh, like that's definitely a cool. Like I definitely did want to touch on that. What else? Modern amenities. Uh, so like actually, I guess I should say like, police. Yeah, maybe the police have guns, and so like maybe for reference with your world, like, maybe the yeah, maybe a both an automatic rifle exists, and maybe an automatic pistol exists. But that said, if they do exist, uh, I wouldn't necessarily say that those would be civilian type weapons. Basically, uh, well, civilian slash like mass. Uh, yeah, like how do I word it? How do I word it? I guess for lack of better phrasing and stuff, just to kind of move forward, like it's not a commoner's type weapon, right? Right, and like I'm not using commoner as like, oh look at that commoner over there, no class at all. No, they don't know the first thing about how to set up a table. They are one that will probably go and eat with the wrong fork and the wrong spoon. Like, no, piss off of that. Like, no. Uh, when I am saying commoner, I mean like the yeah, like I'm meaning not the like 1%. I mean like at least the 50% of people. Because like these are people that aren't really in the military. They're not cops. Uh, they are probably not bodyguards. They're probably not spies. They're probably not assassins. Like those people, I would say the might you might go get them to where like well, you might have those people to where like they've either just like I decided to pay the weapon manufacturers to go and get this thing through like a backdoor type thing, or did they just stolen it from somebody that actually did have access, and now the weapon's just theirs. But yeah, like I would definitely assume that the rifle is what you would more expect in a military thing. And so yeah. It is what it is, basically. Uh, but yeah, like, it is definitely something to note. Militaries as well. For reference with the automatic rifles, those that could definitely be a deterrent. People with like automatic pistols definitely would also be a deterrent. Uh, and it's things like that is why I say that a magic shop might actually be like viable as well. Because like part of why I don't say it's normally viable to do it is the fact that it doesn't make sense. I'm a modern setting typically because like it makes more sense that a magic shop would exist then as well. Because like if there's no like protection thing, right? To where like they're expecting to go and get the magic items back. They're expecting like yeah, like if there's no way to like be insured with like the magic items with the like uh military and stuff. If like yeah, like who's going to set up a magic shop to where like they have thousands upon thousands of gold worth of things that are basically just like asking to be stolen at like any given time. Um, Modern amenities are definitely going to be like popping up as well like that. Uh, Such as like banks, for example. Like that one depends. Like I I there will be cameras. As I will say that. Uh, I forgot. Uh, I forgot the part, but oh well. It is what it is. Is like I maybe have interests. Uh, like keep in mind, like I would say that like you might want to go and limit it to where like just simply so that it's easier on you. That like say like typically in D&D they're not gonna have like 1,000 uh, or rather like simple thing. So like say they put in like say they have like 1,369 gold, and maybe they have it in there like 5 electrum as well. Like if you look at this, it's like okay, sure, they get this much in interest basically. Uh, and so like what I would say to do, especially with like this, is like I actually yeah, sure, do like a 20% one. So like with the 20% one, like we would add it to this much. So like in their account now, they have 1,642 and 8 electrum. Um, Now, if it's actually what I was intended, where it's like actually more of a like 0.2% one, then there you go. That's a little bit more like off basically. So like with entirely with this, it's like they would actually then have like for the 3rd month or 2nd month after they've gotten it back down to a more expected one. On the interest with stuff that they would have is they would have 1,675 gold in their account, 6 electrum, and for for silk. Now for reference as well, I don't do the half thing. Electrum is like a weird currency. Typically, if you're wanting to do the typical rules for Electrum, I say just cut it out. Honestly, just cut it out. Like, why have something that's be like, oh hey, like 2 silver, I think, is one of this currency, and 5 of this is the next one. It's like, why? Just make it 10. Like literally just make it to like 10 copper is 1 silver, 10 silver is 1 electrum, and so on up until plat basically. Like why have this one weird currency that just doesn't work? Like yeah, I as you can tell, I despise electrum. Well, I despise the typical how you do electrum, or yeah. Well, I hate the rules as written in electrum. I don't mind electrum. I just hate the rules as written one, because like, ah, it makes like literally 0 sense. And but yeah, it is what it is. So yeah. Like that's why I do kind of more recommend it. Basically, because like if you do do the same thing off of like the full amount, like yeah, sure, it gets to be like I yeah, sure, it gets to be like 86 x rather than well point 856 rather than like 0.84. But like yeah, this is also a little bit more small and simple of an amount. Uh and like maybe you have a different one. Because like obviously if you have a even more weird like percentage, right? Like 2.5% or so. Like that's going to make it even more weird. I just did it this way so it's a little bit more simple. But like some other amenities that I would say you might want to consider about whether or not they exist. Theme parks as well. Uh, like I'm gonna list this as just like uh attractions, I guess. Uh, so like with so like it would be theme parks such as like Disneyland and Knott's Berry Farm, or Six Flags, etc. etc. Like those would probably exist as well. Like well, they may exist. It depends on like they may not have like the big old steel roller coasters and stuff and like that. Like, but they might have other uh they might have other things to where like it's still an enjoyable thing. Um, Sporting events are also in there. Uh, so yeah. Um, this does also bring up the fact that like there would probably be newspapers basically, for uh like news, word games, and etc. Actually, stocks. Uh, uh, well, stock information. Because it wouldn't necessarily be like, oh yeah, like you can buy stocks and stuff from paper, or like yeah, maybe one thing also has a stock market. Uh, like maybe one city, uh, maybe multiple. Uh, uh, yeah. Hollywood also might be a thing to consider as well. Like I still need to plot I still need to plot Hollywood for this world. Like uh modeling city uh like maybe you have modeling city as well. Like I I swimsuit I would recommend kind of like a more beach style area for that though. For reference, the main reason for that is because uh with a lot of other things, right? Like it's going to be like part of why I say to go and place the modeling city on the beach is so that you can plan it, and the beach is like right there, with the modeling city. Uh, and like they can go and get the natural beach each and have like a swimsuit photo shoot there. Like I and because like it's a natural area, like I it's a little bit better basically. If they want to do it at a pool, like in theory you can just naturally make so you can just like artificially make that too. Like Like who knows about what other scenery, like uh assorted other scenery. Like as you can tell, I don't really look at like modeling magazines or whatever. Basically, so like uh yeah. For reference, I don't even look at the swimsuit ones. I just know that they exist. Like there could be other special ones that exist. And just like yeah, I just don't know that much about them. So yeah, it is what it is. But like I, for reference, I do know about the other type of modeling. I'm just not wanting to list it, despite the fact that I talked about slavery, because like at least slavery, like there's a historical one. The 18 plus style model, yeah, no, not really that. Uh, to be fair, that would also be like if you're wanting to run a more adult thing, it's like yeah, the Hollywood air city would probably be the major place to do that too. Like it is what it is, basically. Uh, what other like things to do, or what would be other like draws to the city? Because like I feel like the major draws of cities is like oh hey like let's go to like say Disneyland, right? Because uh if you go to yeah like part of going to like I want to say that's Orlando, Florida, is like the major one, and it's like the major reason to go to like Orlando, Florida, is not because oh hey like let's go to Orlando, Florida. It's because you either wanting to go and visit Disneyland or well I forget whether it's Disneyland or Disney World. I want to like it's just like you're either going to visit Disney for reference or you're going to visit Universal. Like it's one of those two. Like you're probably not visiting Orlando, Florida for any other reason besides one of those two things. And like let's be crystal clear. Sporting events is also another thing. Like for references like bowling tournaments and basically uh actually now that I think about it, there are casinos because like I almost didn't think about it due to the well I almost didn't think about it despite the fact that F1 like raced last week in Vegas, and one of the major draws to Vegas is just the sheer number of casinos there. So like gambling is also a very very big thing as well. Not nearly as big as like what other sporting events are. Technically, there's also a racetrack there, being Las Vegas Motor Speedway, but like I'm gonna classify that as under sporting events. So, like, I'm not gonna count that here. All right. Yeah, maybe there's a tech city. Like part of what part of what I mentioned earlier with the 2,000 gold debt. If you want to know about why they had that debt, I will tell you because a certain NPC has 9 computers. I would say that they probably did it by being somewhat interesting to this murderous psychopath who goes by the name MA, and it is literally just like, yo, how about I give you if I go and create a idea that's interesting enough, could you do this thing for me? Or does that idea just interest you enough to do it? Because I want 9 of them. And I want them to communicate and be able to do this thing. And I want things to do this. And so, like, literally, I was like, yeah, no, I can do that easily. Is there an idea here? And it's like, okay, cool. Now there's, like, computers that they can, like, change out the hard drives, store like whatever else they need on said hard drives, and do it basically. Like, it is what it is basically. Like, so yeah, uh, it is like a tech city definitely would be like a little bit more interesting. If you want to include alien technology as well, there is actually a antimatter ones as well. Specifically, an antimatter rifle, basically. Uh, uh, is it just that? Yeah. So this is a very, very powerful weapon. It does require like a energy core or something like that. So yeah. Yeah, so like it's an energy cell, basically, like, uh, I, this was actually just a, like a two-handed one, and it has only 2 shots though, but, it's 68, so, 2 shots is probably all you need for like a very low powered person. Like, it is what it is, and like a tech city may be producing that. You never know. Uh, but definitely what I would say is more likely from a tech city is like, I would assume that it's kind of like Silicon Valley, in like California, uh, uh, maybe China, basically, with like the um, chips and stuff. Because like a lot of computer chips are made in China, from what I remember. I could be wrong about that. But like, it is what it is. As so like, I I it really doesn't matter like where they're made. Oh, sorry, sorry. Specifically Taiwan, actually. Uh, South Korea is also another like manufacturing one. So yeah. Like, uh the semiconductors is probably what I was thinking of. Well, that one is actually like a particular in China. Japan also has a semiconductor one apparently, but like supposedly it's mainly in like Taiwan and South Korea that like actually have the computer chips. But like it is what it is. I would assume that the tech city of the world probably would have that. Maybe there's a tech city of each country as well. Oh, so yeah. Uh, what else do I want to talk about with the thing? I guess I'll do another pause to think about what do I want to bring up with it. Okay, so I did look up a different thing, basically. So I'm gonna say a business office is so like I'm gonna put down setting up a yeah. Sorry, yeah, setting up a business. So you don't need to necessarily do the issuing things. Basically, like I, it really is just that. So like I basically just like what does it do? Uh, so this is for like a player thing, right? I mean, technically, it's also for you if you want to set up like specific businesses, like for example, like maybe you want I yeah, like maybe you want like uh McDonald's or whatever, or like maybe that is the thing you're wanting. Like yeah, sure, go ahead. Like it's your thing, and like you can decide what does it do. Basically, I'm gonna say like this is just a area, so I give to a center. Uh, uh, so I go and use a city office for this. Now I don't typically place the city office on the map. Now the reason why I don't is because like there's a similar reason why I don't place residential districts on a map, right? Like it's obvious that the residential area exists. As I'm not going to dispute that. Everybody in town needs a place to sleep. Odds are not everybody in town is in the freaking inn. Odds are that's not the case. So, I don't map the rest of the city. I just map what is going to be particularly needed for where they're at. Because to be fair, actually, yeah, true. I forgot to mention about the fact that there's probably a fire station also on the map, or in the cities, because like obviously, the city needs a place or a way to deal with fire. So yeah, it is what it is basically. Uh, what else? What else? I'm gonna say you don't. That we're not gonna need to. Like, to be fair, this is also for the just like generally setting up in the U.S. Stuff I'm doing. So like, I'm gonna ignore the state registration. Gonna ignore the player identification number, basically. And the DBA registration, like for reference, all that has to be done if you're setting up a business, basically like getting the EIN from the IRS, basically, and basically like DBA, basically just like with the local person, and like obviously you need to like have the specific license and permits for the industry. Like I'm not going to say that you need it. I have really simplified it. I'm looking at this and I'm like, I really don't have them do a lot of it, basically. Like, quite literally, the major stuff for it is just like, uh, 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 buy, yeah, like, what does it do? Buy the land, um, uh, build building on said land. Yeah, give to the center. Like, actually, I was gonna say like, uh, yeah, let's say probably do give to the center basically. Like, uh, obviously, like the last three basically can be done like in any order basically. Like, they can start building the thing on the land and stuff. They can do it like before. It doesn't really matter basically. As long as they get it done. To be fair, maybe they also go and or yeah, like maybe the players when they're setting up the business also go and like use slaves like in this one. Because like doesn't says that the yeah, like the second type slaves, right? Like they're like contract ones. And like there's nothing saying that they can't just like, hey, by the way, I we want you to go like here's this money. We want you to come with us and do whatever we say. The contract basically will say for reference that they cannot be forced to do something illegal basically. So like they cannot be like you cannot force them to take part in a bank robbery. You cannot force them to like go murder somebody, like all that stuff that is illegal. They cannot be done. Uh, However, uh, if they do say like decide let's run a bar, we've built a bar, we've asked like a girl or whatever to do that, then it's like okay, yeah, sure, we can and have her be like serving tables in like a bunny girl outfit or whatever. Like, I that is something they could do. Especially in my world. Like, and other ones like, yeah, that's not necessarily like as likely, but like it is what it is, really. So yeah, like your world, your rules, basically always as like a DM thing. This is just kind of like stuff that I gonna usually consider. Uh, Now that said, my players usually wanted to kind of like expressed interest in having like a bank and stuff. Like, yeah, sure. Oh, right. Something else I didn't forgot to mention is like cards, it's like maybe ATMs, and basically like because like for like in old time, like it also does question about how modern you want it to be, because like old time banks, right? Like the money was just in there, like you didn't go and get to where like, oh hey, like you can use this card that the bank gives you, uh, and then just like because of the bank, like you can just like well, because of the card the bank gave you, like, oh hey, yeah, you have access to like however much is in the bank, like ATM, same thing, like yeah, like it is what it is, basically, like yeah, um, I don't think about anything else, like when you say a modern world, like yeah, basically, like I question whether or not there's a gun store. Basically, those I would usually put lace in with the blacksmith, right? Because like yeah, he's just kind of like the weapons guy. It's like he probably does have like the guns, if there are guns that exist. The magic shop, yeah, mine in mine it exists, but that's more due to the fact that like with the um yeah, with the fact that there's just a lot more like cameras and stuff that they can use those, and like there's police that they can do to try to go and get the items back and stuff, so there's a lot more like safety nets and stuff for them to go and get the loot. Then it's like, yeah, it makes a lot more sense that magic shops might actually exist. With slavery, it's like in a modern world, I can see why it would not be allowed, but also at the same time, like it, depending on how you define slavery, like there's a way that it could be viable. Like I say that the second way where they get paid up front and basically like do the service later, but they have to do like whatever service is basically there, as long as it's not like, as long as it's not lewd or illegal, they have to do it basically for reference. So like serving customers in a bunny suit, I would say that's probably fine. And but like doing adult actions that you can't really say in other platforms, yeah, that wouldn't be something that's like really possible. So yeah, that that's a thing. Um Cars, I frequently just ignore them. Or yeah, like frequently with the cars, like I we just kind of not had them. Usually, whenever I've had implemented cars, it's always been like the come on down to the We Hit Our Balls mega sale. All cars ours for 1 day only are 90 to 99% off because we hate our balls a lot and we want to see the money burn. And come on down to We Hate Our Balls mega sale. 1 day only because we're probably fired tomorrow. Like yeah, that's consistently what has happened whenever I'm implementing cars. It's because I've usually just noted after the fact. It's like, oh wait, I messed up the calculations. You got the deal on that because I should have made that a lot more expensive. It's like, yeah, hi, that was like 90% off, or well, like yeah, 90 to 99% off. Like police maybe having guns, it's like fair enough. Armies as well would probably be like possible. Uh, Whether or not they have the automatic rifles is another story though. Like a tech city is also valid. So yeah. Uh, Now the amenities, like yeah, I would assume that's like a bang. bank, basically, just like for normal like monetary fashion. Um, Attractions, basically for like theme parks. Which, to be fair, that could also be on a pier for, or like a more beach style city. Sporting events, casinos, like yep, those exist probably. A Newspapers as well probably exists. Maybe a stock market. Maybe one city has it. Maybe multiple. Like who knows? I would again maybe have a Hollywood for each country. Maybe there's only like one thing in the world. Because like I know that with Hollywood, right? There's people that will literally want to travel to the U.S. specifically because Hollywood is there and it's so big for like acting and stuff. So like yeah, maybe there's well, it's your since it's like the yeah, since you're controlling your own world, like in theory, you could have multiple acting areas that are just as big as Hollywood. Maybe you have a modeling city. Maybe you have a business office and stuff like that, so that the players can start a business. As probably they would also be like a fire station. Like I'm counting the police station in there too. Uh, any other things I don't know. Like probably buses and like other forms of like public transportation exist, but it is what it is. Since I'm not thinking of it about anything else, I'll go and get this up. I am recording this as like 2 days early because yeah, I kind of don't have the chance to do it tomorrow if I even remotely wanted to, because I'm gonna be gone. So yeah, it is what it is. So hopefully you all enjoyed this as I you know, but yeah. Uh, like I said, I hope you all enjoyed this. As I do enjoy doing D&D a lot. So hopefully you all learned something and or figured out a new way to do something. But yeah, if you want to hear me yap about like anything and everything, like I recommend coming to my Twitch. Basically, if you're watching on YouTube, I should have in the description a link to the Discord. Uh, I usually post a schedule. That way everybody knows when I'm going live. I've like Fan and underscore or 42 on Twitch. It's like if you see me live, you can usually come in and I'll usually be free to like yap about whatever. I honestly just game more so that like there's at least something going on my stream rather than just like, oh hey yeah, like let me talk about like insert other thing here that just doesn't really like matter or whatever. So yeah, it is what it is. Well, but yeah, uh, new episodes of this is up on at least YouTube every Saturday at 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 a.m. Eastern, and like I do say I really need to get this up on like some other platforms other than just YouTube, but like it is what it is. Currently it's just YouTube for now because that's the one that I've been most keeping up with and it's the easiest one to kind of keep up with. But yeah. Uh uh hopefully you all learn something that you can take to your own games and have wonderful games with your friends as well. Or actually just like that you paid money that you go and earn money from. Like who knows? I don't judge anything. Um but yeah. Uh I will ultimately see everyone when I see y'all and happy gaming.